Okay, it is 6 o'clock, and we believe in respecting everyone's time. So we are getting started. Just so that everyone knows, this is January the 21st, 2026, and we are recording this for TWN Connect. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Thriving Women Connect. We are excited to have you here with us tonight for an inspiring evening of connection, collaboration, and community. The space is all about building meaningful relationships, sharing ideas, and supporting one another's journeys. To make our network meeting more engaging, we'd love to be able to see your smiling faces. So if you haven't done so yet, please feel comfortable. Please turn on your camera. It helps us to create a more personal and connected atmosphere where we can all be in the room together. Because if we were actually in-person networking, we'd be able to see each other, right? So tonight is about more than just introductions. It's about creating opportunities, sparking collaborations, and celebrating the power of women thriving together. So I am going to dive in. You can see my screen. Just give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can see that. We are so excited. So what is Thriving Women Network? Thriving Women Network is a franchise media network, and we give people opportunities to showcase their business on our TV series. So I am a co-host of a couple of shows. I'll bring those up in just a second. But you have an opportunity to be part of Thriving Women Network. And if you're looking for media, you may have your own business, but do you have a media company behind your business? And the great part about it is that you can be a guest on any of our shows at no cost to you. So let me show you where you may fit in our shows. We have a very large variety. We have AMP Sports, Bookish. I am a co-host on Bookish. AMP Sports is about sports, obviously. Bookish is about books. We virtually tour libraries and bookstores around the world, and we feature as guest authors. If you've written a book, whether it's a novel or a memoir or self-help, you might be a great guest for Bookish. There's also Uncomfortable Conversations. And then there's the Financial Freedom Show, where we give tips and encourage and enlighten and empower people to be financially free. And Every Child Can Learn, then an ever popular show Behind the Music. We actually have one more show called Thriving Women Health. So if you're looking to showcase your business, I will make sure that in the chat, I put down our Chief Program Officer and how you can reach out to her and maybe be a guest on one of those shows. So the other thing I want to point out is that we want everyone, I'm going to put this link in the chat as well. We want everyone to be able to connect with one another after our networking event here. So what I suggest is that you have like 15-minute discovery meetings, because you may find your next partner, you may find your next customer, you may find, a number of people that you can do business with, or if not doing business with them, they may know someone that you can do business with. So we have it set up where you can complete this form. And again, I will put the link in the chat where you can complete this form with your name, your business information, and what problem your business solves. If you have a website, anything that you can share with us so that we can make sure that everyone that's here tonight has access to everyone's information to schedule those discovery meetings. So with that being said, I'll put, like I said, the link for that into the chat. And if you can do that, while we're in the meeting today, that would be great. And I'll also make sure that you have access to our program officer if you'd like to be a guest on one of our shows. So I'm going to turn it now over to our co-host, Randall Phillips.
All right. Good to see everybody here this evening. I am excited to be on Thriving Women Connect. Even though I don't look like a woman, I like to talk to ladies. Let's see. This side?
No,
No.
Is that
Still,
subjective?
no.
still not a woman. Yeah. Yeah. So, one of the things that is really awesome about this platform is that Sherry and I, as well as the whole team of Thriving Women Network, something that we're really into is networking. Because in the world that we live in, a lot of people are focused on AI. However, there's so many things that you can't replace with AI. I'll give you an example. If you today would like to grow your business today, AI can give you some advice and some different things to do, but actually the human touch makes a big difference. Like there's been people who I've encountered who just by saying the words in their face, they go, "Oh, you know what? I get that. AI can't really do that. I mean, maybe it will soon, but right now, not so much." So without any further delay, what I like to do is get going. And Sherry, am I doing the interviews?
I could do that.
Okay. All right. So what I wanted to do, let me go ahead and turn it back over to Sherry then.
So I'd like to start with our first guest, Tracy Holmes, if she can be brought to the Zoom stage. I have a few questions for you. Awesome. There you are. Okay. So we do see your name, but please give us your first and last name and then where you're zooming in from.
I am Tracy Holmes, and I'm zooming in from the near western suburb of Forest Park, Illinois.
Forest Park, Illinois. Awesome. We are excited to have you here. We want to learn a little bit about you and about your business, and we're excited to have you share. So what is the name of your business? Let's start with that. I think you have a cute name to your business, something about health and music.
Yes, musically healthy. And as such, I'm a health and wellness coach.
Okay, awesome. So how'd you come up with that great name, Musically Healthy?
Well, it combines two very good things that I'm very passionate about. I'm very passionate about music. Grew up in a very musically talented family. And I thought, why not combine the secondary passionate thing that I'm highly love is health and bettering, my health journey, along with helping others do the same.
Awesome. That is so awesome. Anytime you can do something that you love, it doesn't feel like work, right?
Correct.
So give us a brief description of the product or service that you offer.
So my goal as a health and wellness coach is to teach individuals how to weave in simple, sustainable strategies to bring their health more into alignment and into its default setting. And I'll explain what that means. As we get older, of course, we start to pile on illnesses that are either lying dormant in our DNA or maybe due to lifestyle habits that we've accumulated. But these simple strategies that I try to teach my clients help them to slowly release some of those bad habits and align themselves with practices and transformation lifestyle habits that they can carry on every day that aren't difficult. And one of the things that I want people to be able to do is just take control of their health and produce an outcome that they thought they never could do.
I love that because so many people don't realize that they're in control of their health. They can make the decision, to be healthy or not. It makes me think about the pictures and videos I see of. They'll show like a 75-year-old woman on one hand who's very fit and very active, and then a 75-year-old woman on a walker. And it's really about a decision.
Correct.
So
yeah.
I appreciate that. Who's your ideal client?
Actually, my ideal client is anyone with
I'm sorry.
Anyone with a pulse.
Okay.
So basically, and when I say anyone with a pulse, I mean even animals, because the strategies that I help to teach other men and women are also the same strategies that can be given to a pet, like a cat or a dog, because they're inhaling and absorbing, or they're in touch with some of the same environmental factors that we are as well. So my ideal client would be someone who is just looking to a different, unique way to better their health. Not someone who's looking for a diet, a quick fix, because that's not what the strategies that I am going to teach them. Not someone who's interested in just the short-term benefits, but really someone looking for a lifetime transformation, because really that's what this is. I like to say our health didn't get into the position that it's in now overnight. So we're not going to achieve the results that we want our health to have overnight. So it's going to take some time. So someone who's willing to be patient and just work along with, they're going to experience valleys, up and down moments. But if they're patient, I'm going to be patient with them, and I'll help them along the way.
Nice. Awesome. It made me think, there's a Zig Ziglar phrase, if anyone knows who Zig Ziglar is. He says something about the fact that, it wasn't, that one burger, that did him in, it was a period of time, and that works. And that applies for healthy things as well. If we're drinking cucumber juice, we can't just drink cucumber juice on Monday and then 6 months from now decide to have more cucumber juice. It's cumulative,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is this? What's the saying? Working the muscle. Like a person can't go to the gym one day and expect themselves to have a six pack.
Right. It's not
gonna happen. It's ideal we can press the Staples Easy button and have that happen.
If only push the button. Let's do it.
Right. We can do it together. Let's help each other on this journey. So that's how I kind of like to look at it that way, is a person who's willing to let me help them. And and not just me, because I also have others who help me help others.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what is your value added proposition? What is it about your business that makes you stand out above the competition?
Well, one of the things that I love about the program that I personally am benefiting from is that it can help remove a toxicity in our bodies called glyphosate.
Okay.
And not very many people are aware of what glyphosate can do to the body, but it is responsible for so many harmful things like cancer, inflammation, autism. It's been linked to so many things. And unfortunately, the environment that we live in, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, we cannot escape this toxic ingredient. But this program that I've been blessed to have and be a part of has been successfully proven to remove up to 75% of that from a person's system within 6 weeks. And it's been tested.
Wow.
And so I personally benefited. And that's one of the hallmarks, I feel, that makes this program that I'm aligned with stand out from the competition.
That's really awesome, because even for the healthiest of people, we still are affected by environmental things. We drive cars that emit things. We drive our cars behind buses that emit things, and so there's nothing we can do about that, but to work with you to help reduce those toxins. That's pretty awesome. I like that. And that definitely makes you stand out above other companies. So give us a little bit of behind the story kind of information about what got you involved initially with your business.
You know, I basically like to say that this program and starting on this journey saved my life. I suffered from a severe IBD disease for over 20 years. I was diagnosed with Crohn's back in the early 2000s. And that journey involved multiple hospital stays, sometimes several days at a time. As a matter of fact, I want to say I was looking on my MyChart not long ago, and my history involved where there was never a month out of the year that I was not hospitalized due to my Crohn's. I was on chemotherapy, infusions, all different types of harsh medications. Well, the list was going on and on and on. And until finally, I was introduced to this wonderful lifestyle transformation program. And in 2023, at the end of July, is when I started. And within a week, the inflammation went down 75%.
Oh, wow.
And that's not a joke.
Wow.
At one point, there were moments when people would think I was 5 months pregnant because of the distension in my belly due to the inflammation and excessive scarring on the inside. But because of the program and all of its top quality ingredients, those things diminished. One of my biggest wins has been not being in the hospital since that time, since July. And my doctor has actually vetted me not being on those harsh medications anymore. Right now, I'm just on a maintenance medication. Okay. And I just have a better quality of life at 48.
Yes. Yeah. And that's really what's important, because we want to be able to engage with, our friends and family, and like you said, in a quality way. And so, yeah. And what I find too, is that a lot of people who start the type of business that you have, it usually starts with themselves, and they want to help themselves or a family member. So awesome. So I just have a couple more questions for you. So what is the one thing that you need help with right now? How can Thriving Women Network assist you, other than giving you an opportunity to be a guest on one of our shows?
I'm so glad you asked that question. So the biggest thing that I'm trying to do right now is building a team. And the team that I'm trying to build is those that are entrepreneurial, like-minded. I'm looking for driven women, perhaps even a single mom, because I resonate with that. Individuals who are looking for perhaps time freedom, location freedom. Maybe they don't want to be glued down to a desk, a 9 to 5. Maybe they're engaged in certain side hustles, but it's wearing them out. Being on my team would not involve any of that. And so someone who's ready to hit the ground running, they don't have to have a lot of knowledge about health, just a desire to help others.
Awesome. So do you happen to have a library in your house or a section of your home where all your books are? You do?
Yes, actually. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no.
Yeah, one of the things that I've started reading recently is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yes.
I've started reading it online, and some of the things that I took away from it, I took some notes, is how to be a better listener, how to put others first, and how to build meaningful relationships. And then the other book that I've started reading online is by John Maxwell, called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that because it teaches me how leadership is about empowering others. When we lift others up, we lift ourselves up, and how we treat others reflects how we treat ourselves. And all those books are $1 on Amazon through audio, or you can buy it for around $10-15 for the hard copy.
Awesome. Well, those are definitely two great books that any personal development, business development person would recommend that you read. So awesome. Well, I want to thank you for your time, and I am going to remind you that the link is in the chat where you can put your information so that everyone can have your contact information so that they can reach out to you, and you guys, like I said, can set up that discovery meeting to have an opportunity to talk with one another. And I want to pull that back up. I'll pull that back up shortly for everybody to take a look at. But yes, thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you,
With
Sharon, for having me.
Musically Healthy. Appreciate you being here. And Randall, I want to turn it back over to you. Who's our next person we're going to bring onto the Zoom stage?
All right. So we are going to be talking to Natalie. Come on down.
Hello, hello. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for inviting me. I
Yeah.
like being here on stage.
Okay.
I had a good experience with Bookish show.
Okay. So for all your,
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get training as a director for the Bookish show now. Currently backstage, but I'm learning all technical skills.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
So for all of the millions and millions of people on the internet that may not be able to see you, what's your first and last name?
My name is Natalia Usova.
I like that. And this is a side note. Where are you from originally, Natalia?
I'm originally from Russia. I was born in Russia many, many years ago, but I'm still alive, still trying to stay fit, be young and beautiful, and have a lot of energy, goals, and ambitions.
Yes.
I try that same thing every day to be young and beautiful. So you're doing a good job. So my next question is, what is the name of your business?
Well, my business, I have a translation agency website, worldclasstranslation.com. So the name of the business is World Class Translation.
Okay.
The website is listed in Google. You can Google it.
Okay. Sounds
Designed
good.
by GoDaddy.
Gotcha.
Website provider.
Hopefully they're paying you for that. So
I was paying them and training them to provide a good service.
Gotcha. So give us a brief description of your service.
I work with professional freelance translators who are native language speakers. They're all professional linguists with over 5-10 years experience in translation industry. We provide document translation for the immigration community. There is a big immigration community here in Cliffside Park where I'm based. It's a suburb of New York, so I'm serving the whole New York tri-state area. We translate documents for immigrants like vital records, certificates of birth, marriage, divorce, death, documents for lawyers, immigration lawyers, wills, trusts, estates lawyers, leases and deeds for mortgage brokers, education records for graduates from colleges, school students, immunization and medical records, job listings, even like communication on the cell phone or text messages, emails, any type of document from a foreign language, from the native language of that immigrant into English or vice versa. We also provide certification of accuracy, notarization, and I can arrange for apostille if the document goes to a foreign country.
Nice. That's a lot. I like that. Yes. So who would be your ideal client, Natalia?
Right now, my clients are mostly local residents of New Jersey area who find my website when they need, for instance, translation of their driver license from their native language from their country into English. They find me, my website, and they run to me, oh, please, I need it urgently, I need it today, I need to go back to motor vehicle. I need to translate it. That's what I do. Also, people who got their degrees, education in their native country. They also come, they need translation of diplomas, transcripts, record cards from different languages. For instance, today I got an email through a referral from a person who I met at the networking event. That person lives in France. And she needed translation of a report card for her daughter who wants to get admitted to U.S. College to get U.S. education. So
Wow.
right now, these clients are local residents, but I'm looking for small businesses to mid-sized businesses, companies that will order recurring projects.
Nice.
Companies that can afford to pay higher fees than individuals so that I could build my cash flow and then reach my other goals like opening an LLC, apply for government contracts, and become successful in my multi-language business.
Yes, you're definitely prepared. So
Yes, I have a business plan.
yes, indeed. We could tell. So my next question is, and this is something that is unique for this show. What is your value added proposition? In other words, what is it that makes your business stand out from other people who may do what you do?
I think that what makes my business stand out is that I do not limit this service to only one or two languages. When I started, I did strictly Russian English translation. At that time, I lived in Brooklyn. I designed the website myself, and the name was Natalie's Translation Services. Then I moved to New Jersey, and I decided, let me expand to the world scale. And I rebranded the business, got another name, World Class Translation, rebranded my website, and now I don't limit it. I can help with any language that an immigrant may need translation with. Different European, Asian, Middle Eastern languages, including Asian, Korean, Turkish, you name it.
Okay.
Spanish.
Yes. So, how did you hear about this event?
Last year, when I started working very actively on my business, I got involved with different networking groups and I bought memberships. I joined C-Suite Networking. Through C-Suite Networking, I got to Leadership Global. I attended a few events and I met with Deborah. And I told her about my book that I wrote about immigration, overcoming life challenges about single immigrant mother who came to the United States alone without any husband, relatives, or close friends to build her American dream and provide a better future for herself and her son. So Debbie liked that idea and she invited me to Bookish Talk, which happened, I think, in November. And this is how I got to this network.
Okay. So it sounds like you have been through the whole process of becoming part of Thriving Women Network. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. So real quick, tell us your origin story, or in other words, when you initially started doing this business. Everybody has something that they dream of doing, or some people have some circumstances that put them in a position to say, hey, listen, I'm going to do my own business. What is it that took you to that point?
That story goes back to my life in Russia. I graduated from Teachers Training College in Moscow. I was trained as a teacher of English and German, and I also completed training in translation. I always did translations on the side. I had full-time jobs. I did translations, tutoring. When I moved to the United States, I got into international freight forwarding. I had skills transferable to different industries. I obtained my green card through sponsorship in international freight forwarding. But I always like to do translations. I decided to set up this business. First, it was part-time because I had full-time jobs. But when I was laid off last year, I started working on my translation business full-time.
Okay. So basically, it sounds like out of necessity, circumstances changed and you said, hey, listen, I'm doing this. I'm going to go ahead and take it full-time. Awesome.
Yes.
So what is one of the things that you need help with that if you received it would help you go to the next level? And here's what I mean before you answer that. there's a lot of people who are super successful, and even the richest person in the world, there's something that sticks out in their mind where they can go, you know what, if I just had a little help with this, it would get me what I need to get. What would that thing be for the Thriving Women Connect
I need
audience?
more referrals to companies, like I mentioned, small businesses to mid-sized businesses. I think any business may require translation services at certain point. Yeah, so it's not easy right now. It's mostly based on requests from the local immigrants, but I'm looking for referrals to businesses.
Awesome.
I would like to work with companies, yes, on recurring projects.
All right.
And in addition to that activity, I also obtained a license as New Jersey health, accident, and life insurance producer. So I'm adding another activity to my business. I joined Primerica as independent life insurance representative. So I'm trying to build my team, my franchise, to educate families on financial literacy, help them with retirement planning, getting out of debt, educating them on insurance policies, annuities, investment accounts. So that's another activity that, I am going to pursue.
You giving people a lot of plugs. That's awesome. Hopefully they see this and they can give you the money that you deserve. In the chat, we got a couple of comments. People are saying that that's amazing and you are busy. That's true. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes.
So I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. And this is important. It's a clue. That's why we asked this question. So do you have a library in your house?
I have a library in my house, although right now I don't have much time to read books other than related to my business, translation and now life insurance. I will need to study a lot about securities, get securities licenses. But there is one book that was mentioned many times. It's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's the book I would like to read, yes, when I have time.
Okay, good stuff. So, Think and Grow Rich is probably, if you had one book, that would probably take you where you need to go. You have to, one of the things I suggest, if you're going to go deep like Think and Grow Rich, is audio for the audience.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of times, like Natalia said, it's hard for all of us because of our schedules to sit down and read sometimes. Get that thing on audio, play it when you're going back and forth to work. You get a book done, even something as intense as Think and Grow Rich, in a week. I've done it. So
great. Thank you for your advice.
Yeah, yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And we got one more comment. Here's something that one of the members in the chat says. Try to look into hospitals, clinics, private practices, because they need your services. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, I will check. Yes.
All right. Yeah. And with that, what we're gonna do, thank you so much for joining us, Natalia.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. So at this point, we're going to turn it back over to Sherry B.
So I just want to remind everyone that this link is in the chat. This is where you can put in your information and about your your name. Go back to the top, about your business. And it's an opportunity, like it says, let's unlock collaborative business potential. So I always suggest that you schedule a 15-minute discovery meeting, because you never know who your next business partner, customer, or maybe if neither of those, they know people that may be interested in your product or services. So the link is in the chat for you to complete this. And what will happen is it will generate a list that will be sent out in an email to everyone on the Zoom tonight, so that you have access to everyone's information and you can schedule those discovery meetings at your leisure. And I want to find out, when we come back next month, who was able to make some connections and see where things went from there. So next up, I'm going to pull up to the stage Jeray LaFay. And we have some questions for you. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
I am good. Glad to have you here. We're going to ask you some of the same questions. So let's start with the one, because we're going to be, we are filming this or saving it to have it sent out to the world, we want to make sure everybody has your first and last name. So let's start with the easy stuff.
Okay, and I'm looking on the screen. It looks like I don't know if my name is spelled right on the screen. Lefay. It's supposed to be LA, then capital FAY. So just
Okay.
FYI. I was trying to find the trying to hurry up and quickly change that, but just to let everyone know the correction, how to spell LaFay.
Okay. And so you're Jeray LaFay.
Correct.
And where are you zooming into our networking event from?
I'm zooming in from Columbus, Ohio, because I'm actually here on a work project, but I am based in Northwest Indiana.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's get into this. What is the name of your business?
The name of my business is LaFay 5 Travel. And where LaFay comes from is that's actually part of my middle name. My middle name is LaFay Drienne. So that's how LaFay 5 Travel came about. Well, LaFay 5, I should say. Well, LaFay.
Awesome. So travel. Okay, so give us a brief description about your travel services.
So I provide personalized travel planning for individuals, groups, families. I specialize in cruises, resort destinations, all-inclusive resorts, um, anything you name, anything related to travel.
Okay.
I take care of. I handle all the details so my clients can have a seamless and smooth trip. Like if you're planning a group trip, especially like group cruises, I arrange, to make sure everyone has the same dinner times and make sure those newbies know what to expect on a cruise and things of that sort. And if you, wherever destination you're taking your cruise from, if you're arriving a day early, I arrange hotel stays for everyone, arrange shuttle service to the cruise port, and from the cruise port to the airport, any excursions, like I said, anything travel related. So everything to do with your trip, I pretty much arrange for you.
That is really awesome. I have a relative that was a travel agent 1,000 years ago, and that's what it sounds like you are, the travel agent.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily go on the trips with the guest. You arrange them. So if I wanted to schedule me and a couple of friends to go someplace, you book it all for us and take care of everything.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, some of them I do go on because some of them I actually advertise and people respond to it and I end up on the trip with them. Like for instance, this past trip, I was on a cruise. It was almost 30 of us. We left Puerto Rico, flew to Puerto Rico, and cruised from Puerto Rico for about 7 days.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So it can go either way. You arrange,
Right.
you create it. So similar to what I do, I create events for networking and I also attend networking events.
Right.
So,
Right.
okay, gotcha. So who's your ideal client? My first thought is maybe newlyweds.
Well, busy professionals, families, or groups. Just groups who wants just that one person to handle everything, handle all the details, and want just that one person to be that go-to person for any questions anyone in their group has. So those are, pretty much my ideal clients. But couples, of course, honeymoon couples. But anyone who just does not like planning their travel and just wants someone else to take care of that for them.
Nice. That's awesome. So I know of several travel clubs that people are part of. What would you say is your value added proposition or what makes your business stand out above the competition?
So what makes me stand out is number one, I am an independent company. I work with a host agency. So I don't work with them. I know some travel agents work with multi level companies, but I'm independent. I work independently. And also what sets me apart is just that level of care and professionalism that I give to my clients. I'm available 7 days a week to my clients. They can call, text, anytime, whatever questions they have, they can just text it over to me and I'm pretty responsive. Try to like to respond with less than 24 hours. And just my clients just really trust me with their travel.
That's awesome. I actually didn't know that, businesses like yours were still in existence. Like I said, I had a relative 1,000 years ago. That's when she did. And I thought that was gone, So I'm excited that you're here to share with everyone. How did you hear about the networking event tonight?
I heard about it through my business and professional and personal relationship with you and Randa.
Well, thank you. We are so glad that you were able to join. Um, and let's see, behind the story, there's always a backstory. So how did you get involved with this business? Because I know, that you've been involved in some other businesses, which I thought were great. And now you're doing this. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've always loved travel.
Okay.
Anyone that knows me knows I'm always somewhere.
Yeah.
But what really made me want to make a business out of this is just my passion for travel and passion for helping people. So in 2024, my family planned, they wanted to go on a cruise for our family trip, and it was about 60 of us. So I was kind of the go-to person for that. People coming to me asking questions and all that stuff. So I ended up being the one arranging pretty much that trip in 2024. So ever since then, I decided to just make a business out of it.
Nice. I love that. And again, I find that we get businesses started based on a need or something to help, ourselves or our family with. So that's great. Um, so what is one thing that you need help with? And if you received it, other than what I've offered already in terms of being a guest on one of our shows, what would something be, and what would that thing be to take you to your next level?
I guess just getting in front of, people who are looking for um travel agents, people who's looking for someone to plan their travel.
Okay. Awesome. Well, definitely want to make sure that you complete the information in that link. And also, again, I'm going to make sure that everyone has access to our CPO, our Chief Program Officer, if you're interested in being a guest on one of our shows. So my last question for you is about your home library. And do you have one, first of all? And if so, what's a book that you'd recommend?
Yes, I have a home library and I have so many books. I have those two books that I excuse me if I forgot your name, the first person that went up. I
Yeah,
have those two books, Dale Carnegie. I have books by what's her name? Brown. I forgot, I can't think of her first name.
Brene.
Yes, Brene Brown.
Mm,
Yeah, I have a slew of books that I have not read them all, but I just have them in my library. But one book I've been reading lately is Flip, like how to find, fix, and sell houses for profit. And it's because my cousin has us reading this book because he wants us to try to come together, buy some properties, flip houses, and all that stuff.
okay.
So it's just kind of got me in a mindset now, a real estate mindset, discipline, and it helped me learn a lot of business principles in that, and it just learned a lot of stuff that I didn't even realize in that book, especially like when you want to go flip houses, when you're looking for houses, they give you advice on what to look for, the things I didn't even think of. Because you always wonder, how do they get those houses? How do they find those houses? So, but that's a book I'm reading right now.
Awesome. That is awesome. So if anyone is interested in that, Flip, do you have the author's name? Can you recall?
It's who is it by? It's Flip How to Find Six. I can't even think his name. Hold on, let me look it
Okay.
up really fast.
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Okay. Oh no, don't worry. And that
Um,
other question kind of put me on the spot too. I had something else prepared for that other question, but I didn't realize it was a question geared towards what could this network do for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
why we're
but
here. We want to make sure that, we can empower you to, grow your business in some way. And I'm going to mention about, our network again one more time. But yeah, that's what we do. And that's why we're here. Is everyone here, like I said, may have an opportunity you guys should have an opportunity to get together, do a 15-minute discovery meeting. And you never know. I may or may not be interested in travel, but I know a lot of people, and I could easily say, hey, I know LaFay Travel and you need to talk with her and and make that connection. So
yeah. Or if you know anybody that's really smart with AI, because I would love to see how AI can help me in my business to help me streamline some stuff, some processes, and help me to work smarter, not harder. So if you know
hmm,
anyone that, is really good with AI and how it can help me in my travel business, that would be great as well.
okay. That is good to know.
So the name of that book, the name
Yes.
of the author is Rick Villani and Clay Davis.
Rick Villani and Clay Davis. Flip. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And I am going to once again share my screen. And all right, give me a thumbs up if you can see that. Awesome sauce. So once again, Thriving Women Network is we have franchise media. It's a franchise media network, and it's designed to help business owners to grow their business through having media access, a media team. Most people have, business, and they're basically in business for themselves and sometimes by themselves. But our network is so that you don't have to be by yourself. We offer that media access. And so we have several shows on our in our network. We have Thriving Women Talk, AMP Sports, Bookish. So if you know someone that is writing or planning to write a book, we'd love to have them as a guest on the show. Uncomfortable Conversations, and Financial Freedom, where we give tips and empower and enlighten people to be financially free. Every Child Can Learn. And one of our very popular ones, Behind the Music, where we discuss music and in various genres. And so also, the link is in the chat to make sure that everyone is able to complete this so that everyone will get access to everyone's information, so you can schedule those meetings and find a new business partner, or perhaps someone that you can collaborate with and grow our businesses. So, Randall?
I am here. Hold on one second. So, at this time, I think I am I'm interviewing someone else, right?
Let's see. I think that was it.
Well, I see somebody that is raring and waiting.
Okay, if there was somebody else on your list, go right ahead.
No, not on my list.
Okay.
But, yeah. So at this point, tell me, because we're kind of on the fly, Sherry, what am I doing? Because I can do it all.
Whoever you're going to interview next.
Let's see. I think that's it. Put it in the chat if I'm supposed to be interviewing you. Do you have an idea, Sherry?
So that was all the names that I had on the list. But I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing someone.
Okay.
Yeah. So we want to thank everyone who joined us tonight. This was an amazing opportunity for you to get your business in front of some new people. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, in the email that will go out to everyone who completes the form, the link is in the chat. You will receive the name and contact information and the instructions to be on the show from our CPO, our Chief Program Officer, and she will make sure she interviews you to make sure which show you'd be a great fit for. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you next month at our next Thriving Women Connect event. Take care and have a good night.